I love it. Ooh, gorgeous, gorgeous. I've never seen those before. Those are freaking adorable. All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We are watching an episode of Architectural Digest touring inside celebrity homes. It's one of my favorite secret indulgences is if you ever grew up with cribs, MTV Cribs, iconic, right? So this is just the adult elevated version of what MTV Cribs was back in the day. So I love watching Architectural Digest tours, and today we're watching the episode with Rhett McLaughlin. If you don't know him, he is, what is he part of?
Good Mythical Morning.
GMM, yes, he's part of GMM, Good Mythical Morning. It's a very famous YouTube channel if you've never heard of it before. I would have never heard of it had it not been for my husband, who is very...
Chronically online.
Chronically online. Chronically online is the perfect word for it. He keeps me young. He's tapped into things like this. Big fan of Rhett. So we get to tour his home today. So let's do it together.
Let's see that internet money.
Here we go.
Welcome to our North Carolina cabin in the woods. You know, you really should talk to my wife, Jessie, about this, though. I swear she was here just a moment ago.
Okay. First of all, Rhett talks about his wife all the time, and this is my first time ever seeing her, so this is really, you just have an imagination of what someone looks like or who they are in real life, and this is my first time ever seeing her after, how long have we been watching GMM? 5 years? 10 years? It's been a long time.
I think it's been a decade.
It's probably been a decade, so this is really cute, seeing her.
Here I am. Come on in, y'all. We're so happy
Oh my God,
to
she's
have
adorable.
you.
She's so little, sometimes she goes missing.
And if you don't know, Rhett is based out of, they film in LA. So he's based out of LA, but he has a North Carolina cabin because that's where he grew up. So this is the dream. And this is one reason that I wanted to watch this episode, because who doesn't dream of owning a cabin in the place that you grew up in, the most magical setting possible to just have your entire family over. That's the dream. I already love it so much. Big logs. I have a story about big logs. I think this was during COVID when Cassidy and I were just stuck at home and also chronically online because we were so freaking just trapped, and we were watching anything and everything that we possibly could. I don't even know how we found it. I think it was not This Old House, but what was it?
It was House Hunter Log Cabin.
House Hunter Log Cabin. If that doesn't reel you in and tell you about the state of misery we were in 2020, that seemed appealing. But anyway, someone was, they're touring these, they were touring 3 log cabins, and there was one cabin that this couple toured, and all the guy could talk about was how big the logs were. He was a big fan of big logs, and so now that's an inside joke whenever we see big logs or timber or a log cabin or poop. Of course, you're thinking poop, right? We're all thinking poop, big logs.
Erin loves a good poop joke every episode.
I love a good poop joke. Big logs is one of mine and Cassidy's inside jokes, and Rhett's got big logs.
We've been married a long time, coming up on 24 years.
Is that how long it's been?
That's how
it feels like 24 months.
It does. 24 days.
It feels like we're still on a honeymoon.
Minutes.
So we wanted to get a place, put down a root or 2 or some logs. It's a log cabin.
Some big logs. They're very big logs.
Big logs? Shut up! Big logs! It's a selling feature. It's a selling feature. They love a big log.
I'm an interior designer, so when I saw this, I immediately had a big vision for it. When you walk into this house, it feels like a storybook or a fairy tale, and I wanted people to not know when they are or where they are.
You wanted people to feel disoriented.
Yeah, exactly. Favorite things in the house is this clock. It was my grandma's.
Cute.
It sat in the entryway of her home, and every time I opened her door, I saw this clock.
I just love already how how personal this cabin is to them. You can tell that a lot of thought and a lot of love has gone into this cabin with all the personal touches, with all the family heirlooms, all of that kind of stuff. This is a place that you can tell that they go there and they're like out of the LA craziness and out of their bubble that is content creation in LA. And they're with family. Oh, I love it so much.
These pieces are from a local antique shop that I love, Whitehall Antiques. And these are actually made from old frames, pieces of frames that didn't get used. Each one is unique. And then they find little trinkets to put on each frame. And so
beautiful.
People have huge collections. I'm just starting mine, but they're called museum beads.
I've never seen those before. Those are freaking adorable. Maybe this is something in the South. I've never seen those before, but those are so cute. And, you know, sometimes collecting little tchotchkes, whatever, little trinkets can be overwhelming. But these that make you stop and like pay attention a little bit and bring you in because they're tiny, and I'm sure that every single one tells a story. That is cute. I love that.
They make me really happy. I hope to have this whole wall filled someday.
And who put them on the wall in that pattern? Is he here? Is it me?
It's always the husband who's, you know, hanging up the little trinket.
Yes, I did.
He's proud of it.
And we made it through that afternoon. It was a little rough.
What?
It was a little, there
No,
were
it was
some
wonderful.
words back and
It
forth.
was a bonding
but
experience.
we made
The look
it.
that he gave her means that there were some arguments about the placement of those trinkets. It's funny how something so simple can have such a heated debate, I'm sure. Ah, beautiful kitchen. Gorgeous, gorgeous. That stone, first of all, I don't know if you've seen Emma Chamberlain's AD, but she has this piece in there where she says that you can tell a good stone if you want to eat it. And that stone looks delicious. That stone is gorgeous and looks delicious.
This is the kitchen, which is probably the room that was transformed the most from what it looked like. When Jessie first described this to me, I was like, I don't understand what you're talking about. You're gonna have to show it to me.
When I was looking at all of this incredible Art Nouveau carving, we wanted to figure out this area frames the stove so beautifully and feels a little bit like a window looking out into nature.
To be able to communicate that sort of an artistic piece with function to a contractor would be incredibly difficult.
First thing that I found that kind of sent me on my way with this kitchen was this incredible Brazilian quartzite. When I saw this stone, I thought about all the trees.
Brazilian
in
quartzite,
North
take
Carolina.
note.
It's known as being a super
Gorgeous.
green state.
Jessie looked at so many pieces of stone to make this decision. I honestly don't know what she's looking for.
It's the best part of doing any sort of renovation is when you finally get to this stage where you get to go to a slab yard and go stone shopping. That is the moment where you're like, wow, shit is not falling apart. We're no longer in this chaos of a construction zone with holes in the floor. Like, we have a semblance of a vision of what this is going to be. And when you get to go walk through the stone yard and look at everything, that is the best part of a renovation.
Or when she goes and looks at the stone.
It's a stone's je ne sais quoi.
I'm going to tell you right now, the only question that I have when I look at a piece of stone is, can you make love on that? And the answer is yes, you can. You can make love on this stone, and you can make love on this stone.
Period.
24 years, the magic is still alive. Love all the details. Such a beautiful mix of vintage and curated and collected.
This is the living room, which is my favorite room because this is the room where you can say, I am definitely in a log cabin. You see basically the entire structure. I thought I was going to be a structural engineer at one point. I'm not.
It never
but I
dies.
still
It's always in you.
appreciate a structure.
This is actually a pillow that I designed. It's called the Dittus pillow because that's what all the grandkids call my mom, Phyllis. She's designed some incredible spaces, and she taught me what a good pillow is, that it's going to keep its shape. It's got some interest. We've got these tassels, and I love the fact that I have something to honor my mom because I wouldn't be doing any of this without her.
She designed the pillow. She's obviously got great taste. And that hood, that range hood, that's something I've never seen before. So she's a profesh.
I wanted an impressive centerpiece to this living room, these really high ceilings. I wanted a big ass fireplace. So
That, not mantle, but the whole fireplace around, gorgeous. Another thing, so it like completely echoes the range hood design in its own special way.
opportunity to bring in a little light with this limestone. This mantle is a whole other story. I've been on a journey with this mantle. I ran across it at High Point Market.
High Point Market, if you don't know High Point Market, I've never been there, always wanted to go, but it is where all the designers go and shop these incredible pieces, vintage pieces. And I mean, you walk away with probably a $5,000 mantle that looks like that. I love it. Ooh, gorgeous, gorgeous. This wallpaper. Oh, and does it match the curtains as well? That's gorgeous. This is such a secret to incredible design, is when you can put this many different colors and patterns in a room and not just feel completely disjointed or swallowed by it all. They've got plaid, they've got like the Persian motif, they've got the wallpaper, and it all works.
Welcome to the primary bedroom. We've been dealing with a lot of pests since we bought this
It's
house.
true.
There's so many things.
So many things.
Carpenter bees,
Yep.
wasps of two varieties. We've had 2 bats in here.
There is one tenant that we have not kicked out. I discovered it a few days ago. Birds have made a nest right outside of the dining room, and it's so fun to watch them. I keep cleaning up bird poop.
Stop, I was gonna say the bird poop. That's the, you know, it's like, I want to be able to have the birds and the bats live inside the house with me. We've had a bat issue before. I want to have them live in the house with me, but I can't deal with the poop. I can't deal with the poop.
I showed Rhett, and your favorite one was this one, and that's how it ended up here in the primary suite.
They say to never do wallpaper in a bathroom because you're dealing with the water issue and humidity, and it could come off the walls and turn out terribly, but I say do it. Wallpaper is difficult enough anyway, and like, whatever. Do whatever makes you happy. I love it.
This is a stunner that I found at High Point Market, one of the vintage dealers there.
See, High Point Market. Where you too can buy a $5,000 armoire that weighs 5,000 pounds and find a way to ship it to your log cabin.
So this is the couch that I sit on when I do not want to make eye contact with her when she's lying in the bed, which, I mean, every once in a while.
I love that couch. The structure of it, it's kind of like a Chesterfield sofa, but to not do it in leather, love this couch. I would buy that couch in a heartbeat.
We wanted this to be the primary bedroom because of this balcony. It has its own balcony.
Cute. That
Come
is
on out
gorgeous.
here with us.
If you come out here at night and you just stare into these woods, you'll see all these sets of glowing eyes.
I was
The
gonna
first
say, it
time I
looks
saw
like
it,
a mosquito
I was like,
haven.
there's children of the woods looking at us, and it's just deer. The way that their eyes reflect back light from the house is crazy, and there'll be like 30 or 40 deer just out in these woods.
So cool.
This is the loft, and this is where I'm gonna tell you, because she won't tell you, about the genius that is Jessie Lane Interiors. Okay, this is Leonardo da Jessie. She's an adventurer. Look, it's a sofa that can turn into a bed. And she made this, and it's called the Sha-Sha.
It is. It's named
Oh, I
after my
love
sister.
that.
I made it because when my sister was coming to visit us in LA, I wanted her to have
The tassels, the headboard, the color. She knows what she's doing. That's incredible.
One of the things I love about Jessie's approach to design is it's not just design, but it has become inventing as well, and making this sofa, making these pillows, and she's been able to express herself creatively in ways that I know are very fulfilling to her.
You have to be an inventor if you want to be a designer. If you want to get the things that you want in your house, you literally have to be an inventor, because Wayfair is not going to cut it. Wayfair is not going to cut it.
Where have you been an inventor?
Ooh, where have I been an inventor?
Vanities.
Ooh, yeah, that vanities. That is something that early on I realized that the vanities that exist online or Home Depot or whatever are so expensive, and they are pretty much just particle board. They all look the same, and they're really pretty shitty. And so instead of spending a ton of money and a ton of time looking for a vanity from a big box store, I just decided to start making my own. So sketching them out, using simple materials, plywood, and a really cool vessel sink is one of the easiest ways to just make your own vanity. And then from there, you can also take like a cement and put that over top of the plywood, or tile the plywood and make it even something a little bit more than just basic plywood. So yeah, you got to be an inventor.
If I were to ask you to close your eyes and imagine a couch with pillows on it, how many pillows would you imagine were on that couch?
yes.
Not this many.
But if it was a sofa that you found at an antique store that came over from Denmark in the 70s.
Damn, that's a sick couch. You can fit so many people on that. Also, look how small the couch looks. I know that Rhett is like 7 feet tall, but look how miniature that couch looks with him just towering over it. Oh my God.
This is a found vintage French plant stand. And when I saw it, it immediately made me feel something. I wasn't sure what, but
It looks like the gum wall in Seattle. In Post Alley, there's a gum wall where all the tourists walk by and they stick their gum, and it's a thing. This looks like the gum wall. Look it up.
what I found out about this is they would take pieces, broken pieces of pottery, plates that they loved, little trinkets, and plaster them to this stand. And so it kind of becomes this item that is collecting your memories throughout the years.
And ghosts. It's a little creepy. Out of all of the things that they've shown us so far, this is the only thing that I have a problem with. All of those faces really creep me out. Ooh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. So many different fabrics and colors and textures. It's like a warm hug in there. I love it.
This is the ensuite guest bathroom.
Yeah, and I struggle because I might like this bathroom better than our bathroom.
We also gave our guests the better
But
bathroom.
I
will
did
say
get
that.
the tub in our room. So
Right.
this bathroom was so much fun to design. And the people at Rockin' Interiors did an incredible job fabricating this. Like, this is not easy to do, and not every fabricator can make these cuts. But
I was going to say, the fact that those mirrors are recessed behind cut stone is incredible.
This is the movie room. These couches, this one in the back is actually on a platform, so we kind of have a little bit of a stadium seating situation, but also it continues to be like very, very cozy with these big, long couches.
So smart that it's not just the lazy option of lazy boys in there. You've got these gorgeous vintage sofas in kind of similar to this situation here, in like a crushed velvet, and that is cozy. That's really where you want to be when you're cozied up on movie night.
And we actually plan on watching a movie in here tonight.
I will say though, it's not simple because when you were staying here without me, you called me and I had to walk you through the 4-step process because you got to get the screen down, you got to turn the projector on, then you got to turn the sound on, and then you got to turn the video source on.
When Cassidy leaves town, I don't turn on the TV because I don't know how. If there's more than one step, it's not happening.
We have big plans eventually for the outside, but since we've only had the cabin a few years and we've been focusing on the inside, we have some kind of an intermediary thing to hold us over. We have dubbed this the fairy circle.
This is a place where our family gathers, and also our family comes here probably more than we do. They end up using this place more than we actually do. And I have a dream of kind of building a trail that goes all the way through these woods, and there's a creek way back there and goes along the creek and then comes back up here. There's so many really cool artists around here that make cool sculptures and outdoor sculptures and that kind of thing. I would love to have those kind of along the path at some point so people kind of enjoy a stroll around the property.
And I'm down with all of those ideas.
So beautiful.
Thanks so much for coming to the cabin, AD. We had so much fun.
Now you got to go. Watch out for the deer.
Bye.
The deer. There's one crazy one.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm glad that I saved myself from watching that video alone and watched it here with you guys because that was incredible. Little recap. Gorgeous. Big logs. Of course. Gorgeous cabin. That is the dream, to be able to have a second home, like in or near your hometown, to be able to host your entire family. Yeah, I know that that's a dream that I've had for quite a while. Something I'm definitely working towards. I mean, I've definitely hosted my family at different properties that we have, but eventually, Montana cabin, big logs, it's happening. And the attention to detail, the heart and soul that went into designing that house. I mean, Jessie's incredible. Who knew? This is my first introduction to her. Jessie, you're freaking killing it, girl. It is very hard to do what she did, to be able to design your own spaces, work with fabricators, work with contractors, and literally design your entire house. Have all of those colors and patterns and textures and have it look cohesive and not like your brain is being scrambled when you walk into the house. Incredible. I absolutely love it. Well, thank you so much for watching with me. That was so much fun. Like, subscribe, and comment below what was your favorite part of this cabin. I've got my favorite parts. It's kind of a lot, but you tell me. Is it the edible looking stone? I mean, that's pretty good. We'll see you in the next one.